Well, my good friends, I would like to immediately flag this Islanders video as being 18 plus, 19 plus, 16 plus, depending on where you live, because I am having a little sip of wine. So, welcome to Islanders. Today we are going to build. I believe this is the start of our fourth run now. It's hard to say for sure because one of them ended and started again so quickly, so I believe this is our fourth run. The very beginning of a fourth and beautiful run. Oh, and I hope that you at home are doing well, because I am doing well. And so I want that for you as well. I have... Ooh. No, this is a good spot here. I have recently entered into a little video editing contract. So that's been an exciting change for me. Definitely a big moment. I'm actually editing something that isn't my own stupid face for the first time in a little while. And that's been an interesting change and a fun change. That's been definitely something I've been wanting for a while. Because that's what I do. That's my ding-dang job. I edit videos for a living, so to get a little contract doing that again is just lovely. How do I want to do this? Yeah, probably like this. Oh, what if 4 fit perfectly there? Oh my god. Could this video have had a better start than seeing that happen? I mean, it's not exactly perfect, but come on. That's pretty good. I have no choice but to love that. Perhaps we throw our city on here. Can we just touch that little statue over there? Yeah. Let's throw our city here. And let's think ahead a little bit. So, mansions love parks and shamans, which also love some types of fields. So maybe we want to... Here's the thing. Most of the things that profit off of mansions are the bigger stuff that you tend to get late game. And I think a lot of those things are locked off from you in your first island. So what I'm going to do, since this is the first island of our new run, is I'm going to allocate a pretty small area to mansions. Like maybe this corner, sort of, or this, like, third. And I'm going to spend the rest on houses, because I just think that that's going to end up being more profitable. Now, one dumb thing here is that I haven't made use of this. I have not made even the littlest bit of use of this statue, so perhaps we can do that now. Oh god, I just want so many of those farms. I want to fill that beach with farms. But how are we gonna... Let's try and think of a creative way to actually, you know, involve that statue in things, because as is, I'm not super impressed. Oh, getting +8 though. Like if I were to do, say, farms sort of all touching around here, and then maybe I could put in my... I like that idea of perhaps doing a little thing like that, and then putting this up here for 28 points. And in a leisurely manner, we've already unlocked the next island, so that's a good feeling. That's always a good feeling in these early stages. Getting stuff like that so quickly. Is there any way I could take advantage of both the statue and... Oh, I think I saw it. Yes, I can. I can just barely touch it if I go on this corner. So we're going to do that to leave this side open. I guess regrettably, I've sort of used up my luck on these farms. Maybe I could fit one more somewhere if I'm just extra gentle and extra careful, but not looking super good right now. So let's add on to our housing area. Yeah, but I guess, like I said, I have that video contract I'm working on right now, and that's fantastic. I'm very pleased by that opportunity. Like I said, it's been a little while with the there's this little thing. You might not have heard of it, but it is called the pandemic, and it has had a small effect on certain industries. Creative ones, certainly, among those. Jeez. Oh, wait, I saw that there for a second. I saw it. There it is. Okay. That's just good. Okay, and I don't think there's a way I can get 2 in here, so I should probably just try and take the 1 where I can get it. And then if I get it, tuck it right into this corner, I might be able to set up to do some more lumberjacks over there. So let's think about that in advance a little bit. But this is going to end up going here. Yeah, so yeah, I guess I keep interrupting myself because I'm getting excited about Islanders, which, as I am wont to do often. But it's, yeah, I'm very glad about it, and giving me just a little spot of hope for what's to come. Hopefully things can things are trending down right now in most places, I believe, which is bad news, but I guess I got one of my first pieces of good news in a while, so, you gotta take what you can get in these trying times. I think that's fair to say. Ooh, these are nice city centers when I space them out like this in a good way. I mean, we've tapped these trees, so I don't necessarily mind taking over some of those trees for cities. Thing is, I'm going to keep adding on to this big city, though, because it's just got so many points available in where I'm placing things still. These mansions will kind of start drying up on me if they haven't already, in terms of just only being worth 6 or 7 instead of 10 or 12, whereas if I go out here, it's worth 9. So I think I'm going to put this here. Or let me hold off on that. So I think this is actually going to do quite well for me up here. Yeah. I think 19 is going to be the best I get. But I'm going to put all my huts up on this little platform here. It's going to look very adorable. And that's going to net me a lot of points. And then what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take Shaman this time. I'm going to place it somewhere close. No, maybe I'm not. Dang. I had a thought in my mind that perhaps I'd be able to place it close to here. And then I know mansions also love shamans. So I thought maybe I could double dip a little bit. But I forgot that shamans hate city centers, which stands to reason. Oh, 11 points right there, and that's a perfect little place that they can tend to the farm. Now let me just peek around real quick to make sure there's not any big troves of flowers I'm missing, but I think I'm going to take this 11 for sure, because that is a very cute little spot. I always mention this when we're on our first islands of runs, but like the first islands are just are always just so cute and small in a way that I love to build. They don't get too they tend to never really get too cluttered or crowded. And oh, if I had a water plateau, you'd better. For those of you who don't know, a regular plateau can also be used as a water plateau, so that's something to think about. Interesting. So the downside, if I were to use that water plateau out there for my windmill, is that it does sacrifice the idea that I will ever have a useful temple, because a good temple kind of needs a plateau. and it also needs to be set up for, which, you know, we've done a very good job of in recent episodes. But here, I guess maybe like you could have a temple like this, but no, because that's not flat, right? That doesn't count as flat. Maybe it does. Does that count as flat? Because if that counts as flat, that would actually be a very good temple spot. Well, let's compare just really quick. What is this worth? 33. I think trying for the temple is better. So let's do that. Let's see. Let's just try something. Let's try and get a little cheesy with our plateau placement here. And then we're going to see what we can do about sneaking a little getting a little sneaky temple in here. Okay? Just might be worthwhile in the end if we assuming we can unlock the temple. So we'll put the tower here for a nice big 23. Now that we have a second fissure, you can... Wow. 30... That's probably my best fissure by a mile. In a while. By a mile in a while. Let's get that 32. And it's a little early. I hope you'll forgive me. But we are going to go to dog o'clock now. Now that we are... we got a nice... That's a... You know, I like to go to dog o'clock when we get a significant number of points. Or a significant number of points relative to what that building normally gives me. You know, if I were to pull off a 60-point fountain, I'd probably go to dog o'clock, right? This is just going over the parameters in my mind for what constitutes a dog o'clock. Or something like a 300-point temple. So here's my beautiful dog running. She's wearing a lovely bandana. She's enjoying the spring. I believe this is when she was quite young still. Maybe just over a year old at this point. But she's as beautiful as she is now, so there's that. Her ear upright in the wind. That's been the local bad news, is that she has an ear infection, but we've attended the vet. We've received the proper medication, and she's doing better. So, not that she was ever really doing that bad to begin with, but she's being well looked after, and lately she's been taking her medicine beautifully. So, not only is she a sweet little girl, but she takes her medicine very well. My hats off to you, Jaina. I was going to say my hat goes out to you, but that's not the saying. The saying is my heart goes out to you. And even though that is the saying, that's not what I wanted to say. Oh my heavens. That's a lot of points for a handful of parks here. Wowzers. So sometimes these early parks, right, or these early islands can be a really good testing ground for new strategies because you don't really have the pressure to have to move on, right? I unlocked the new island within a couple of building placements, whereas here, whereas in later islands, you kind of have to be stringent to move on. And I'm already looking, but so now I was able to, experiment with stuff like this, and 30-point parks if you can mix like some fields with your village when you place parks. Like synergies like that are things that I still don't necessarily have like an incredible grasp on in this game. Like I think it's a very easy game to get set in your ways. If I play it a little more than weekly, or a little less than weekly, I guess, but so, I have my things that I know work for me, and I think I tend to get stuck in those and become blind to new ideas, such as this. So I'm really quite thrilled with that. It's very interesting to see a new synergy that I didn't expect turning out in my favor. Speaking of, do we have room for another one of these? We do. A bizarre little hut wall that we've got. Oop, I saw a 20 there. 22. This nice little hut barrier we have between these two cities, for whatever reason. Perhaps those cities don't like each other. Perhaps they like each other so much that they're trying to bridge the gap between the two cities. Could really be anything. Now that's a great resort oasis as well. This is turning into the vein, I think it was the beginning of the second run, perhaps, where we... Why was I getting 51 here? Oh, for the... Wow. That's really something, huh? So you can get 50... Yeah, that makes sense that a tavern and a brewery would get along nicely. That's something. Wow, I'd never really... I don't know, again, just new synergies that I'm just discovering based on these new layouts. Or this new layout that I've just kind of stumbled into a little bit here. That's fantastic. There's a temple. Oof. So, okay, so I can get cheeky here. I was right. It does count as flat. Sadly, it does very much hate that brewery being next to it, which, you know what? It is a temple. I could have seen that coming probably in retrospect, but in what's the opposite of retrospect? Foresight. I can also see that this is going to be worth much more points than when I was initially going to use it out here for a windmill. I believe it was only going to be worth 33 then, and now we're already worth 53. So my move has been justified. I will accept apologies in the mail or by fax. Those are your two options. The other part of that is that is easily forgettable in this game, and for me, is that the plateau itself was worth like 22 going here, whereas it was worth nothing out here. So it's really going to be the sum total of that benefit is going to be whatever the temples ending up worth plus 22, and then minus 23. That's going to be the difference in the move in the decision there. So I have a third tower. Oh, I didn't place that one yet. That's why I don't have a third one. I have a second one that I just haven't placed. I have a lot of farms. Can I get benefits from anything else? I guess I could just set up a new... I guess I can't because it needs to be on a... Yeah, I could just set up like a new farm, say here. Ooh. And then where would I put my fields? Like, okay. That's a jolly good show, isn't it? As the British say, that's a jolly good show, isn't it? I have a third windmill, but I think that's one I want to save for a water platform. That's just what I'm imagining. I like that I like that imagination too much. The idea of having a windmill out on a little water plateau. Now this city center can quite literally not go anywhere that it's not going to lose me points unless I put it out here for 15. So I guess we've got a little dock extension being built to our city, where maybe I can even use the seaweed farm there. So this is what I was kind of thinking for a seaweed farm. Because it gets to take the benefit of that statue. I was worried I was not going to get to use that statue very much, but now it appears I'm getting a little bit of leeway there. Can I squeeze? I can squeeze one of those in. That's very good. Can I squeeze in vertically like this? Perhaps? No? Oh, did I see it there for a second, or was it just farther away? Perhaps like that. Diagonally? No. So I can fit it here though. And can I fit another one of these here? Doesn't look like it. I might be out of luck on that side of things. 21 for this tower. Well, so the other thing, this is worth 83 now. But I can put this here for 9. I do want to make it a triple digit temple, just again out of pure vanity. I'm gonna need to pull a triple digit temple, so I will say 103 points. That's gonna be pretty darn tootin'. That's fantastic. Again, expectations for a first island just being thoroughly shattered, and I couldn't be happier about it. This is going really, really well. I'm always a little concerned. Like, I have, I don't know how much people really, like, enjoy these videos. I know some people really, really like them, but it's admittedly, it's a small audience. But I do know that I think part of what they like is that it's just kind of nice to have something long form to just hear for a bit. So I do sometimes worry when I'm on these first islands that the folks that enjoy these videos a lot will be shorted a little bit. We'll get stuck a little bit with a shorter episode, but this time around things are looking pretty good. If not a long episode, it's at least an action-packed one, right? We can all appreciate a little action-packed islanders. Danger, excitement, islanders. All things. Oh, and what a beautiful spot for that, huh? Just right on the tip top of this little ledge. Beautiful. Now a temple, or a mansion rather. Why was, 14, 13. Oof. What do I get? Can I make it hug this corner? I can for 13. And I've got more houses that will do well over here for sure. 27. In this wall, I think I may have left enough room that I can squeeze it in there for 31 points. And now we have a temple that's like enclosed on 3 sides and looking just gorgeous, bridging the gap between the two levels of that area. And now, as we have long thought about, we can put our little friend out here. Not that far out. We can put our little friend out here. 33 points. And that also gives us enough space to build a beautiful farm out here with it. Isn't it just kind of lovely when you have plans that come together like in the exact way you want them to in a video game, especially when it's beautiful as this. Like, look at how gorgeous. Lovely animations. Lovely aesthetic. Like, this has to be, if I had to make a game of the year list, or game of like my lifetime list, this one would be on it 100%. This would be in the top 5. You know, it's not the most exciting game in the world. It's not the most groundbreaking game in the world. I bet it heavily borrows from other games that I just don't know exist. But yeah, it's just it's really something. It's just absolutely perfect for my personality and my sensibilities and what I'm looking for in a game. It's just truly lovely. And I don't know how active the devs are, really. I wish I would like them to know that, how much I adore this game, how much positive change it's brought about in my life as well, just in terms of giving me such a relaxing thing to turn to, because I appreciate that deeply. What can we do with this balloon? 35 points is nothing to... It's a 45 for a second there. Yep. Right out of the little corner of this fountain, we're going to take a 45-point balloon in this beautiful but unexpected city. Wall plateaus. And a warehouse too, huh? Look at all of this stuff. Are you not entertained? A great film once said. Truly goofy. We're getting goofy here, folks. Alright, we have Huntsville, USA still. 23 points in there. We have another tower, our 4th tower. Be pretty dang surprised if I can really pull anything out of this one. Oh, 1, 8, 9, 10, 12, 12 and 13. It's not the worst in the world. Kind of an interesting spot for it too. Got the 4 tower corners here. Boy, do we have some really profitable parks we can lay still. 26. Wow, just truly something special. Very cool. Another new pack with a market in it. So, what I was kind of thinking was that I'm gonna put it up there. Just seems to make sense, right? I don't know. It'd be nice to get a warehouse down maybe here, just as like a... What is that worth? If I get it in, Can I get it in there? Ooh. Did somebody just have a good idea? I think I did. Where I put the warehouse here for a big honking 26. And then I put... Oh. You gotta be kidding me. You know how badly I want that to be 100. What can I place to get 100 on this? Do I have anything in my inventory that would give me 100 on this? It's a 5 for the cities. Not yet, but let's continue. We don't need to place that right now. What we can do is place this out on this little ledge for 6 here. There's a little button on that edge. This is almost entirely worthless to me unless I do something like this, which maybe I will do, because 17 points is pretty good, and then 14 points for this is also pretty good. So it does kind of work out. But please, one house. Okay, yeah, one house. All I need is this house to fit inside the range of the one that I want to play, of the market for me. And I believe that it's going to do that. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Whew. Were you as concerned there as I was? I hope not, because I wasn't very concerned. I know I probably looked pretty concerned. But don't worry. We're having a good time. We're trying to enjoy the beauty of getting an island that you don't expect, you know? Like I said, expecting just like a little tight little 20 or 30 minute island, and instead getting this 100 point honker here with just like such interesting levels, this wall platform just on the top of this plateau. This game still is full of surprises for me, even, you know, like I said, I think I'm 48 hours in or something, 50 hours in to my time spent here. And it's still doing a lot for me. 25. I'm gonna get 28 if I just jam it in there completely willy-nilly. Let's do that. Let's double up on the Fisher, because they look cool together. I think it's a shame that they minus each other so much, because I like the looks of 2 or 3 of them together so much, but oh well. Let's back this one onto this one for another 23, and then let's add this one to the front of the house there for 22. Now we have another one of these that could we, dare we sneak it somewhere around here? 26 if I put it there. That's gonna be a yes from me, my fellow friends. I like that spot. So this one's gonna be all done in now, but this one's still gonna be worth 20, 25, 28. So I can pair these two together now, which is very nice. I've got a nice spot for this here. Oh, actually there. Even nicer spot for it. Got another hut that I can add to the front of this warehouse here. Got a home that I could place along the water perhaps, or where that tree was, because I'm not in need of that tree at the moment. More parks. I mean, parks 12, 13, 14, 22. It may be time to start filling in this area with parks, because I don't believe that... I don't see me getting the brewer fields that I so desire right now, so I'm gonna add a little lake over here. It's not the best use of my points, but sometimes I like to add things in places that they look nice, okay? You gonna find me? You wouldn't dare. Okay, that's a lot of parks that I just placed, and I unlocked 2 whole packs with it. How do I want to manage these new packs? Here's a question that needs asking sometimes. I could put this one here maybe, and then start... No, that doesn't really help much. That's not a very profitable position. I suppose something like this would be pretty good, because it would allow them to access that city center as like a friend, while also setting it up to profit off of the edge of this neighborhood. So that's a good start for that. More huts that can be sharing the place with this warehouse. Gotta have mixed zoning. You know, you can't just have, in a small place like this, you gotta responsibly mix your zoning. You can't just use a whole wall plateau for one single little warehouse. You gotta have gotta house people too up there. Give them places to live, for goodness sake. A lumberjack. That may be one of the most useless buildings I could have gotten right now, because... Oh wait, 2 points. 2 little points. Not too shabby. 4 points up on this ridge. Let's do that. Let's take 4 up on this ridge. It's a nice spot for it. Another farm. More farm. That I cannot do a ton with, except for round out that area. Another hut for 23. I couldn't squeeze another one in there, so I'm gonna split the distance. I did get another one of these, much to my hubris, but 22 points is still great with me. I've got another market that, I mean, 29 points, 46 points, just sitting on the beach down here. Perhaps I put a plateau into play. That would also benefit it a little bit. Oh, it doesn't actually. Oh, but I could, in fact, put a plateau here, and this would benefit big from it. 55. But all the negatives are there, so why don't I just do this? It loses me some points on the... Oh, yeah, but it gains me a lot of points on the Oasis. 82, 87 points there. That's pretty good. 23, 20. I'm just going to rack in some park points here. Just going to rack a handful of park points if I can. If you don't mind. Let's unlock another. Oof. Folks, I'm a little nervous. We're gonna fully run out of island room before the day is done. Let's place this one vertically there to attach something to that seaweed farm while also benefiting from the other. We will also take this mansion and we can squeeze it in with that lovely new fountain we built. Perhaps we can use this mansion now for 53 points down on the water. This is like a farmer's market, I like to think of it as, because it services these parks and those resort oases. Hard to say. Can anyone truly know the answer to that? I say no. I say not today. 24-point house. 24-point hut, probably. 22, 23, 22. Is there a nice little... Yeah, there's a 24-point hut right on the edge here. Looking at the farms, it was just, we just had to find it. In terms of a good farm, or fisher, we've got 22 out here. 22 has got to be what I take, I think, here, yeah. It's a nice spot for it. It's got its own fishing area. Another water plateau, which I could perhaps do something a little silly by giving that guy a dock, but then also giving this farmer a spot to steal from the other one for 27. Yeah, 27's my spot. And a good spot it is. Got another couple vertical places we can put these. 12, 13. Very, very good. Another mansion. Have I ever made a first island this big and this successful? I don't think that I have. I really don't. This is quite something on my behalf here. This is a lot. 22. Getting a little overwhelmed. Okay, so we have... The thing is, we're running out of... I'm running out of, like, my pre-assigned space, you know what I mean? When I do my, like, zoning in my head for what I imagine the island is going to look like, this scale is just so far beyond what I was imagining that now it's hard for me to imagine where to move next, if that makes sense. I'm flying by the seat of my pants even more than I normally am. Usually I have an outline I'm going for, you know. Whereas now I've filled in that whole outline, and I'm having to try and find something around the edges, so to speak. Like, I'm trying to just find something totally new here that I can work with. Okay, 16 is pretty good, and I don't mind it there. Parks, I still have more parks that I can work. Was that worth... Oh, I think I saw that 4 and the 9 flash together really quickly, and I thought I had a 49-point park, and I flipped my lid for a second. I don't know if you guys noticed my lid flip there. So I kind of have a secret dream that maybe I'll find another a water plateau that has like farmable space on it again. But I think right now I'm going to settle with just having this really cool network of docks out here all together. Heck, I can even get a 7-point sawmill out on this one. Why not? Fill in those docks a bit, give them some life. We've got 2 more mansions that should, you know, find a beautiful home here on the beach with some with a fountain and a park, lake. Oh, is that 18 points on the beach? No, it's 21 points on the beach, which is also good, but we'll have to deal. Okay, we're going to close that off a little bit. We are going to place a few more parks in this, like, just absolutely beautiful beachfront area that we've been developing. Do we have any internal park space? Like, yes, that's what I was thinking. I had not really checked. I had such a gorgeous space to work with. Yeah, I had such an incredible space to work with those with these fields that I hadn't taken the time to really search the rest of my island. But now that that space has been rightfully beautified, I thought I'd peek around the other areas. So now we've got homes on the range. One can go down here for sure. For 16, can I slide another one somewhere here? Not really. This friend out here could use a 7-point house. Why not? Perhaps this could even... No, can't quite reach. What about like here? I think I checked this spot before and I couldn't quite get it to go. I think I'm just all in all running out of space here. It's a tight time. Or not. I stand corrected. I stand hugely corrected. Though I do not have a good place for this circus. It just isn't gonna fit. Okay, more fields. I'm holding those. Oh, that's maybe an idea. What would you guys think of that? If I did this, and then I just like, again, just the cheekiest little boy in the world, squeaking more farming space out of this, as well as another 10-point park. Beautiful lake out there with some fields. Not that I don't have 10-point parks elsewhere to take, but, you know, there's a certain joy in creating a 10-point park where there was not one before. A 9-point wall here. More houses. More houses. Oh, so we know there's a beautiful little spot down here for these huts. And we know that we have no more space for fields anywhere. We are agri-dry now. Where did I put the last house here? There's some room I could work with here, yeah. These are pretty nice little spots still. Who am I kidding? There's things to be done. There's parks to place. There's walls to place. Let's put that one here. That's a perfect little continuation of the other one. As if I don't have enough lumberjacks. I can get one here though for +3. Ooh, or out here for +10. Wow. Just a whole host of fun little partners out here. Seaweed farm, mill, park, farms, plateaus, lumberjacks, and sawmills just out on the ocean. Just being friends out on the ocean together. A circus. Just toss a circus out there if I had the space. 8 along the water. Oh, I kind of forgot that you could do that for 14. Let's try that for 14, and then let's tuck this one in for, perhaps, I thought I saw 14, but yeah, let's tuck that one in for 14. What else can we protect from the water? 11 here. Yeah, that's a good spot. I'll take an 11 there. Filling in gaps here again. As walls like to do, fill in gaps. 8 11. Oh yeah, 11 there is good. I'll take an 11. I will take an 11. I will take... Let's see if we can get another. I think we can get one more pack out of this if we're really careful. So we need 23 points with 2 walls, a circus, and a farm. So 23 should be pretty easily doable, honestly. I don't really want to toss this one here, but I don't think I'll need to. 23, so 11, that would take me down to needing 12 on my other one, so let's take that. I don't even really need 12 on the other one because I've got 2 more buildings after that, but let's get a secure 12, because if I get a secure 12, then that means I just get to move on without having to worry about my placing a farm and a circus somewhere. 11. There we go. Complete the wall here for 18. And that will give us our pack, and I think this is going to be our last pack, whether we like it or not. Because we just don't have any room anymore. We just don't. The simple sad truth is that we are just out of area. Where did I put that mansion last time? I thought I had discovered like a new little zone I was going to put mansions, but maybe I think I'm actually reminded of, I think I'm thinking of this place, and this place where I'm putting houses, but I don't think I've done anything like that with mansions. So let's throw one, just 2 there, not worth too much for me. Oh, it can fit out here though. Yeah, okay. Yeah, why not share this plateau? It's somebody needs to use it. Those are good points. A home for a shaman or 2. It's feasible. Oh, I know they like they really like these things, don't they? Yeah. So one can go out here for 14. Again, just livening up the docks out there, and then this one can come in here for 10. Also just livening up the docks out here. Got one more park to place somewhere nice. If there's a nice spot to play it. Perhaps even up here for 0 just because it looks nice, but I'm sure there's somewhere I could play that's a little nicer than that, than 0. Just a touch nicer than 0 is what I'm looking for. Already saw one spot that I had in mind, but yeah, let's go here for 3. Give that house a little nice front yard. And now all we've got is a circus that I think is just not gonna do it. I just don't even think we can get a 0 on this circus. It's there's no space. Much like when you finally break out of our universe, there's no space. I could put it out here for 0 just to empty the tray. Perhaps I'll do that. Just to make even stranger bedfellows out here on this on these platforms, because it's been such a weird ride for them. There we go. Tray empty. Incredibly shocking island built. Just everything came together way more perfectly and way more tightly and nicely than I imagined. Like I said, this is a huge new strategy I have to keep in mind, this idea of building brewery fields within range of the city so that I have parks that slide in between for a lot of points. And then again, parks that can go on each side for a ton of points. And then here, just creative use of water plateaus is a new thing here for me too. Like, just running these running these with weird buildings on them that do well, like remembering to use shamans with these seaweed farms, remembering that, you know, you could place a lumberjack or a sawmill out off the coast and still benefit from the lumberjacks on the shore. So, and then when you're out of trees, you have lumberjacks that can then benefit off those sawmills that are, you know, it cascades outwards into the ocean forever and ever. This big market, this big, huge market that lords itself over the whole city. And then this nice little farmer's market that bridges the gap between residences and this beautiful brewing park. Where would I live, I hear you asking? I think anywhere in this beach neighborhood would be really nice. But I also, there's something just that I like about that little spot a lot. Just opening right up out onto the field and just having so much interesting stuff to see between this whole beautiful spot, and then, you know, surely there's like an elevator that can take you right up to the big market that oversees the whole island. So that's what I think. That's where I'd live. I hope you had fun and I hope you enjoyed it. But like with all beautiful and temporary things, we must travel onwards. So we will start our expedition to a new island that we will work on 8 days from today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed again. I post every other day. So if you liked this, you should come back, not tomorrow, but the day after. And there will be another fun video where we play a game together. If you specifically like Islanders, I do these every 8 days. So I've got a playlist in the description, and you know, I got close to 100 videos on my channel now. So if you're enjoying what I'm doing, then there's lots for you there. Next time on Islanders, we will be building on this beautiful, tall, purple island and seeing what this, you know, uncarved marble has in store for us. This is a really beautiful, very vertical island, so I'm sure whatever we put here will be really interesting to look at, really fun to do. And so until next week, have a good day, have a good night, have a good evening. Bye for now.